I'm Nancy Gibbs. I'm Column's Public Benefit Director. I spent 30 years as a journalist, the last of them as the editor-in-chief of Time magazine. And for the last 5 years, I have been teaching about media and democracy at Harvard's Kennedy School of Government. As Column's Public Benefit Director, I think my principal role is to make sure that the larger mission, the larger public purpose of the company is always front of mind with the leadership team as we make decisions, as we talk about where we are going together as a company. Ultimately, Column is about making information more accessible, and by making it more accessible, making it more valuable. That has a tremendously great business purpose. It also has an enormously important public purpose. By making information more accessible, by making sure that people know where to go to find out critical information about their communities, you equip them as voters, as citizens, as community members, as employers and employees, as parents, and as neighbors. And so in every way, the fabric of our families and communities is stronger when people have the best access to the best information in their communities.
Hello, and welcome to The Brief. My name's Jake Seaton. I'm the founder and CEO of Column. And The Brief is our quarterly product event where you can learn about all the new features and enhancements of our platform that will make your public notice experience even better. Today's introduction featured a segment of an interview with Nancy Gibbs, Column's Public Benefit Director and the former editor-in-chief of Time magazine, who now leads the Shorenstein Center at the Harvard Kennedy School of Government. In case you weren't aware, Column is a public benefit company that recently became a certified B Corporation. March is B Corp Awareness Month, and we're proud to be counted among the businesses that are leading a global movement for an inclusive, equitable, and regenerative economy. You can stick around at the end of the brief to enjoy the full sit-down interview with Nancy Gibbs from our company's last retreat in Scottsdale, Arizona earlier this year. And to learn more about Column's B Lab certification, you can see our profile at the link below. Alrighty, so this is the fourth brief that we've hosted. And for those of you counting at home, that means that we're coming up on a full year of announcing new, exciting products and features to improve the experience of the public notice process for newspapers and their customers among governments, law firms, businesses, and citizens. We've come a long way during that time, where in May of last year, we announced our pilot program for an affidavit tool that today has helped automate this process for over 3,000 affidavits in 45 newspapers across 15 different US states. In August of last year, for the first time, we talked publicly about our R&D work that aims to deliver new add-on services that will make the public information systems and workflows on our platform more efficient and valuable than ever before. Column Plan Rooms has added on to the procurement workflow that includes public notice, as well as notice by mail, which facilitates mailings for demand-side customers that need to send them out to their communities. We also announced the Column API on the brief, which is improving access to public information flowing through our platform at scale. Last December, we shared all of the expanded offerings that our partners using Column can offer now to the governments in their community. And while each of those announcements were new and exciting, and we are constantly looking for ways to innovate and build out a platform for this ecosystem, today we really want to focus on the fundamentals. Column is the best-in-class tool and software service for publishing companies to manage their public notice business. And what we're going to cover today includes the latest upgrades to our core public notice software, the product roadmap, and all the new and exciting features that you can expect from us in the coming months, a new offering for advertisers that will standardize their placement experience across all newspapers in the US, as well as a few closing thoughts from me. So with that, I'm going to hand things over to Sarah Alpert, one of the product managers on the Column team, to get things started.
Hello, my name is Sarah Alpert, and I'm a product manager on our core public notice product. I've been with Column since I started in 2020 as an intern, and it's been incredible to watch the company and our product grow over the past few years. Today, I'm looking forward to sharing some of the biggest improvements we've made in recent months. First, I want to talk about your common notice categories, such as notice to creditors and name changes. We worked with many of our publishing partners to build templates that take the guesswork out of placing these notices. The goal of these templates is to assist individuals who aren't as experienced in placing public notices, and to take the repetition out of processing standard notice formats. Today, when an advertiser begins to place a notice, they are prompted to fill out a questionnaire with information relevant to the type of notice they're placing. For example, for a name change notice, advertisers enter their old and new names and a few other details, and once the questionnaire is complete, they see the pagination-ready proof of their notice text. But we've heard that some of these questionnaires are confusing, and it's difficult for advertisers to answer some questions without seeing the context of the whole notice. Plus, if advertisers see anything that needs to be changed or edited when their notice is complete, they need to start the questionnaire from scratch. To make it easier for your advertisers to create accurate, perfectly formatted notices, we've completely overhauled this interface. We are replacing questionnaires with fill-in-the-blank templates that live directly in the notice editor. With these refreshed notice templates, advertisers can see how their answers flow right into their notice, and they can easily make any edits or corrections. Not only will this make the process more streamlined and straightforward for advertisers, it will also be much faster for Column to create new notice templates going forward, meaning more publishers can take advantage of these standardized notice types. We're rolling out new templates gradually, so if you already use Column and are excited to try it out, reach out to your account executive so we can work with you to set up templates for common notice types in your paper. Next, I want to talk about affidavits. As Jake mentioned in the opening, our very first brief was focused on our automated affidavits pilot. In the last year, we've gone from a small group of publishers testing out this service to now 48 publishers taking advantage of Column's full-service affidavit automation. As our automated affidavits tool has become more and more popular, we've learned that publishers and advertisers want more visibility into the behind-the-scenes process. Now, when you go to your affidavit settings, you can see all uploaded e-editions for your paper, plus the number of verified notices for each publication date. My favorite part? When you open an individual notice, the activity log shows the date that the notice was published, along with a hyperlink to view the e-edition. That means advertisers can use Column to check out exactly how their notice looked in print. Now, back to placing notices. As you know, public notices can range from simple paragraphs to complex documents with tables, images, signatures, the list goes on. We've heard from our customers that it can be hard to place these complex notices in Column. But we're committed to making Column the all-in-one platform for your notices. When a notice requires multiple elements, such as text and an image file, we're going to let advertisers upload all those files into a single notice order. Advertisers can also leave a note indicating how they want the files formatted. Advertisers will be able to use this feature to submit complex notices without having to fiddle around in Column's text editor to make the format just right. That leaves it to the experts at your paper to format the files into a finished notice. We believe this option will make your customers' lives easier, but it might mean a little more work for the legals team, which is why this feature will be optional. If your publication wants to allow advertisers to upload multiple files for complex notices, let us know and we'll grant you early access to this feature. Next, I'm going to pass things over to Leo to share some of our upcoming features on our roadmap.
Hello, my name is Leo Hentschker, and I am the CTO here at Column. As a product engineering team, we are obsessed with ways that Column can both add value to the internal process of newspapers and help our newspaper partners deliver a modern customer experience for the customers that they serve. Sarah just covered the great work that we shipped over this past quarter, and now I want to do a quick look ahead at some enhancements you all can expect in the coming months. And the first one there is around settings pages. We regularly hear feedback about the types of settings available in-app to publishers. Today, publishers can control rates, payment methods, invoice reminders, and ad deadlines all in the app. However, when a setting gets really complicated, like an additional fee or a border on a template, publishers still need to reach out to Column support to configure their account. We're expanding the set of in-app controls available to our partners, including new features like editing InDesign templates directly in the app, creating new templated notices, expanding the sets of rates that can be configured in the app, and also enabling sending bulk invites to new customers that need to get started placing notices with your paper. The next one that I want to talk about that's coming is an integrations view. Many of the largest publishers on Column have at least one integration. These integrations are essential in making sure that publishers get the greatest time savings out of Column's software. That said, because these connections only exist in the back end, it's often hard for our publishing partners to know if anything has gone wrong, or to know that things have gone wrong before it's too late to do something about it. So we're going to be giving users visibility into the integration syncs going back and forth with detailed logs on what is passing in between the two systems. This will make it easier to troubleshoot when things go wrong and give peace of mind when things are working as they're meant to. And next is the display editor. We're making it easier to handle formatting directly in the notice editor. Sarah mentioned that we've added in the capability for advertisers to send multiple files to their paper, but that's only the start. In the near future, complex display advertisements will be just as easy as liners. Advertisers will be able to drop in images, tables, maps, and other display graphics with ease. This will cut down on the number of notices that you need to process outside of Column and prevent formatting errors that you may need to manually correct. And last one here, and this is one I'm really excited to dig into, is about agencies. In the last brief, we announced Column for Agencies, which unlocked deeper integrations between our publisher clients and some of their highest volume clients. And we've made some really exciting developments here. But before diving into those updates, I just want to recap what we've seen at the first paper that rolled this out with one of their customers. They saw a 35% increase in volume from their highest volume client. We started working with the Daily Gazette, an independent family-owned newspaper in Schenectady, New York, and registered agents, the Daily Gazette's largest legal advertiser. Registered agents processed upwards of 200 notices a month in the Daily Gazette and wanted a faster way to place their notices. So they looked at Column as the solution. Since that integration went live, registered agents is placing 35% more notices without clicking a single button. And if you want to learn more about how exactly that works, check out our blog post link below. So with that context, it brings me to the next project on our roadmap, which is notices getting placed in Column automatically via email. This setup can be configured in just 2 steps. First, Column configures a custom Column-hosted email inbox for your paper. And next, agencies update the email address in their own CRM for that paper. Then, all emails sent to that Column-hosted inbox are automatically uploaded into Column. This is something that I am incredibly excited about. Not many people know this, but most high-volume agencies in the US auto-generate their legals and automatically send them out via email. So good luck getting absolutely any of them to use the self-serve portal, as this will force them back into the world in which they were clicking buttons when they didn't have to previously. And they would much rather rely on the newspaper staff to do the hard work. But with Column for Agencies and our new email-based integrations, agencies can retain the benefits of auto-generating emails, newspapers retain the benefits of self-serve, and Column does all the heavy lifting in the background. And that's it. As I said earlier, our product and engineering teams are always finding new ways to add value for our newspaper partners and the customer experience they provide to their clients. And we're always looking for newspaper partners that want to help us explore and test these new features. So if you're interested in getting more early access to features we're testing or things on our roadmap, please send an email to info@column.us and our team will be in touch.
Hi, my name is Kevin Richmond. I'm the head of customer experience at Column. In my role, I get the awesome privilege of meeting and working with our publishing partners every day as they use our tools to enhance their customer experience with public notice. As Jake mentioned in the introduction, the theme of today's brief is customer experience. So today, I'm excited to share an update about how Column is helping streamline that experience for a unique customer type: national organizations that help facilitate the process where public notices are required. These are things such as probate, name changes, new business filings. These organizations came to Column for help. As these organizations place public notices across the US, they often have problems keeping up with all the different rates, ad deadlines, email addresses, processes, and payment methods to place a notice. So they've asked for our help in standardizing the volume and diversity of their orders nationwide. We call this new service Column Express, and here's how it works. If you've already partnered with Column, there isn't much that changes. In your activity log, you might notice that Column has placed the notice on behalf of the advertiser, but everything else will stay the same, including payouts and payment methods. If you're currently not using Column, you may be hearing from us. When an advertiser places a notice through Column Express, we will reach out to you and submit the order through your existing process. We have seen that these nationwide organizations get a lot of value out of having a standardized process for them for public notices. If you want to give all of your customers the same experience that these nationwide organizations are receiving, this is a great opportunity to invest in using tools like Column. Column was created to streamline and standardize the public notice process for publishers and advertisers. Publishing partners and organizations that place across the nation are seeing this value every day. We are delighted that Column Express can extend the value of our platform even further to help more organizations with the public notice process. If you are a publisher and you have a public notice client that you work with that places notices across a lot of papers, we're happy to help them out. Please reach out to info@column.us and our team will be in touch soon.
Okay, thank you, Kevin Richmond. As you've seen today, the Column team has been hard at work building and designing a product that not only helps automate the routine parts of the public notice process, but also enables newspapers to deliver a powerful customer experience for their advertisers. We've also recently announced some business model innovations that we hope are going to help newspapers in the state of Florida find a path forward under a new law that has just gone into effect, allowing their county governments to compete for this revenue. Since that law went into effect 2 months ago, we've seen more Florida papers move to implement our platform as a way of modernizing their approach to this business than we had in the past 4 years. And that's made us more optimistic than ever before about the future of this important process. All of this work that we're doing is very unique to Florida, and our public notice product and service in every other state remains completely unchanged. But if you or anyone you know is interested in our work in Florida in the wake of HB 7049, please do reach out to me. I'm always happy to chat. Column has just celebrated our 4th anniversary of incorporation. And when I count the years of research and conversations that I had prior to getting it started, it's now the thing in my life that I've done the longest. And I wanted to take the opportunity to say thanks to all of you for being part of this journey. I'm really proud of what we've built so far and the impact that it has had on news businesses who use it, like the ones that my family has owned and operated in the American Midwest for the past 5 generations. But the mission of Column is to make public information systems more valuable. And as we evolve from just a software tool for public notice into a platform serving this ecosystem, we envision that over the long haul, we will do 3 fundamental things. We're going to build and host the systems of record that need to exist for important public information, such as the free, accessible websites that we host for public notice in a growing cohort of US states. We're going to automate the workflows that are part of the public disclosure process, such as the tool that we've built to help newspapers, governments, law firms, and citizens collaborate throughout the public notice process. And lastly, we're going to make the information flowing through that platform useful and usable at scale to anyone who might want to use it, whether they're a reporter or a student or a lawmaker or a robot. And to that end, we've just launched the Column API, which now includes everything from government financial records to negotiated healthcare rates. And beginning with public notice, we've taken an opinionated, offensive approach to the future of these systems and are doing so in a way that is designed to benefit all of the stakeholders involved. That's what it means to us to be a public benefit company and now a certified B Corp. That's the brief. See you next time.